Today on College Football 26, I'm going to use a random number generator to build a freshman quarterback from scratch and then follow his career. We're going to see what kind of monstrous or abomination of a quarterback we can create. We're going to be generating everything from his key attributes, his height, his weight, his jersey number, even his name. All I did was simulate a season, go to whatever big-time school had a freshman quarterback. I wanted to give him elite dev just because what if he's complete garbage, and I want to see him at least get a little bit better. So we're gonna start, and the first thing we get is speed, and he has 2 speed. That's an awful start, and it goes up to 3 acceleration. You know how hard that is to get 3 and then 2? And then we go to agility. Well, he's got 94 agility. I don't know what that's really gonna do for us when he has so little speed. Obviously, we're not going to do things like catching and coverage and stuff. Just the attributes that would matter. 40 strength, not going to be ideal. 65 awareness, you know what? We'll take that. That's a solid starting point. And 93 carrying at least will mean he's not gonna fumble the football that much. 63 ball carrier vision, considering he's the slowest quarterback to ever live. We're right now just hoping that we can get some solid attributes when it comes to throwing the football, or else this could get real ugly. How about 2 trucking to go along with his great speed and strength? 38 stiff arm. We're not really catching any good luck. We're not even getting like anything above 50 except a handful of attributes, because then it goes down to 37 change of direction. I don't know why we're getting so many low rolls here, but it is looking disastrous. 16 spin move. I mean, just adding on to him being the least athletic player. I mean, the Tom Brady at the combine is blowing this dude out of the water when it comes to just pure athleticism. We're gonna get to throwing the football. This is the important part. He needs to have a strong arm, but he will not. How about 26 throw power, and then the accuracy, well, 27 throw short. This is just actually going so bad. He's gonna be so awful. 33 throw mid. We are not getting anything like above a 40, except now we get throw deep, finally a 62. It doesn't really help us when his throw deep's his best attribute and he's got no arm. 20 throw on the run, 25 throw under pressure. This is about as unlucky as we can get. He can't do anything except hold on to the football, and he's kind of agile. 23 break sack, 36 play action. That was awful. So what I am going to do is I'm going to max out his stuff like stamina, injury, stuff like that, so we don't have to worry about him getting hurt. When we go to height and weight, he's going to be 79 inches tall, meaning he's going to be 6'7", and he's going to be 213 pounds. So at least he's tall and won't struggle to see over the defenses. Now we're going to also generate his jersey number, the first available jersey number. 21 was available, 96 wasn't available, 88 is available, so he's going to be a quarterback number 88. And how about we generate a random name for him too, just to make him that much more unique, and his name is going to be Arabinda Alexis. It's a cool name, at least. It's probably his best attribute is his name, and he's 6'7". I don't know what he should be doing. I don't know. Can he be a basketball player, maybe? I have no idea, because this dude is horrendously bad. He is a 17 overall, 6'7", number 88. He can't throw. He can't move. He can't juke. He can't do anything, but at least he'll have elite development. So we're going to see how long it takes for him to become a good player, or at least a okay player. I don't know what elite development's going to do for a guy like this, because obviously when your ratings are that low, it's going to be a little bit quicker to upgrade it. You see, like, accuracy costs like a skill point, but when his accuracy's that bottom barrel bad, and the fact that other things like throw power and speed are that low and they're not super cheap, I don't know what it's going to be like. He gets a little bit of a boost. He's an 18 overall with the coach boost, but yeah, he's going to be a 4-year starter. That's going to be the fun here, is we're going to get to watch him 4 years as a quarterback. I doubt he's ever going to be in a position where he's declaring early, but you can see the throw on the RPO, not all that good, and they're already in a situation where they're struggling a little bit. 17-10 on Boise State. Obviously, Oregon typically would come out here and dominate this game. They're a lot higher overall as a team, but they are in a 1-score battle with Boise State. In the first game, we're going to be watching any close game, any playoff game, anything that's worth watching. Other things like blowouts we'll just kind of skip through. We'll show you his stats throughout. This is just as much of an experiment for me because I'm learning right along with you. I've never done anything like this, so I don't know what it's gonna be like as Boise gets into the end zone for a tie game, and now you're relying on this offense to do something. A bin to play action, and he gets sacked. And he's going to go down for a 3rd and 17. Look at him. He can't move. He tried to step up, but he can't step. That's going to be an issue if he is the most immobile quarterback ever. As Boise gets good field position, a strike inside the 30-yard line. They're in position to take this lead. Play action, wide open the flats as the tight end. Is inside the 15 and down to the 11-yard line. As Boise to the air, over the middle, that's going to be inside the 5. 4th down and 2, though, is the spot. They'll just kick the field goal. Honestly, yeah, just kick the field goal. I don't know if this offense is going to be able to put points up on the board through the air. He's got time, but he can't move. Sacked. It's a loss of 7. They're just going to try to run it on 2nd and 17. They're not going to get far. 3rd down and 14. Alexis to the air. He's going to flow a wobbler over the middle. It's caught! And he's off to the races! How in the world did he just score an 86-yard touchdown? That was an ugly pass, and I'm surprised with 20 throw power he's even able to throw it 20 yards down the field, but a touchdown. And now the defense, I guess Alexis did his job. It's up to the defense to get the first win on the board and hold on to this number 2 ranking as they're going to go to the air. Boise pressure. 2 guys got in there and a sack. 3rd and 19, and he's throwing Murphy down the field. It is incomplete. 4th and 19, and the game on the line. They're gonna go incomplete. It was short of the line anyway, and Oregon gets the victory. I feel like he's already exceeded my expectations. An 86-yard touchdown. We will take it. He goes 8 for 29. But 2 touchdowns and no picks. Obviously, he's not going to be a run threat, so there's not going to be a point showing his rushing stats unless you just want to see a bunch of negative yards. We get the win in week 2 because you faced an FCS team, and even against an FCS team, you throw only 50% completion percentage. But now against Oregon State, a rivalry game, a lot of time in the pocket, he just can't go anywhere, and I would imagine the receivers are all downfield, and he can't throw it that far either. So 2nd and 14, the run is going to pick up 7, but down by 6. You're gonna need 30 points from Alexis to try to do something here. The strategy right now is just to try to make things as low scoring as possible, but getting 28 points from him should be a win, at least in fans' playbooks if you're rooting for Oregon. A 1st down completion. I mean, he's up at 350 yards. I wouldn't have expected that. Alexis, he's gonna go deep, and well, he's completing it. His accuracy down the field isn't bad, just the arm strength is a little shaky. He's gonna float one for another 1st down. Everything's just kind of afloat because he can't bullet anything. He's up over 400 yards. They're inside the 10, running it to the 2-yard line. Can they get the lead here as they're going to run it again? And it's not going to work. Loss of 2, 4th and goal. Alexis in the air. He's got to find something, but he's just so immobile. And he's sacked. And honestly, it was kind of the ground game that let them down. I mean, you ran it a couple of times from inside the 5 and you couldn't get in. Obviously, we know Alexis isn't good, but you got 400 yards from him. That should be good enough. As Oregon State, 3rd down at 6. He is a yard shy. So Oregon will take back over with under 4 to go. A designed rollout. There's a little bit of speed because it was a designed rollout. And he actually does find the open man for a 1st down. I am actually pleasantly surprised that he is being competent right now, but the flag is down as the RPO. And that is a little issue you're going to have with somebody like Alexis. He's got so little just zip on the ball, so slow processing. You're going to get an illegal man downfield or a pass interference or something like that on RPOs as Alexis can't go anywhere with a sack. 2nd and 27, turns to 3rd and 27. He's going to just throw outside short. Not going to get much. 5 yards. It's not going to really cut into a 4th and 22 deficit as it's going to be a deep ball. Not really all that deep, but it's incomplete. And Oregon State, when I say deep ball, just think it's like 25 yards down the field as Oregon State on the sweep gets the 1st. They're able to get down to 4th and 7 to kick a field goal, but that's ultimately going to do it as a 2-score lead's not going to be able to be overcame and a rivalry loss for Oregon. But I will say, two things surprised me here. One, he threw for 460 yards, and two, he's a 40 overall. And I was wondering, well, what happened here? His accuracy went up a little bit. He's got 92 throw deep. Everything else stinks. He's still got 26 throw power, but the throw deep accuracy, because things are so like oddly skewed with his throw deep being like twice as high as all of his other ratings at the start, everything upgrading equally jacked his throw deep. His elusiveness is awful. His quickness is still bad, but the accuracy is competent for a 40 overall quarterback, all things considered. And Oregon does get a comfortable victory over UCLA, 28-13 in the next week. But he jumped up pretty quickly. I said that the accuracy was going to be able to get up, but it's the 26 throw power and the 2 speed. Ohio State, yeah, no surprise there. How about 35-0? Alexis throws 3 interceptions. Next week, a dominant loss to Nebraska. And this is more what you were kind of expecting. I mean, they went on a little insanity run to start things off here with Alexis actually having some decent performances, but it's just blowout after blowout after blowout. Oregon unranked, 3 straight dominant losses. Alexis 9 for 32 and 3 interceptions, and now a closer game where they're 3-4. I mean, I think the goal is just to get to a bowl game as Alexis up 23-13 on Washington in the 4th quarter as it's 3rd down and 10. He's gonna get sacked. We're probably gonna see a little bit more of that while he can't move still as the bubble screen. I wonder, you know, also since I have auto progression on, I'm not like influencing anything. I'm just kind of letting the computer do what they want to do. What are they going to prioritize? Like, when you have this guy, what do you prioritize with him? Like, do you try to make his speed get out of the ground so he can move? Do you try to just give him an arm? Do you just try to make him as accurate as possible and try to just throw everything under 10 yards? Like, how would you upgrade a quarterback like this? I think I'd want to get the throw power up, and I think I'd just kind of bite the bullet on the fact that he's never going to be able to move, because I think that's so much upgrading you'd have to do to get him to move. As Washington's field goal is actually no good. And that opens the door for Oregon to be able to put this game away. A 1-score deficit would have been the situation here, as the RPO for Alexis gives them 9 yards. But with the 2-score lead and the football, you can try to run out the clock here. But how about Alexis? The deep throw accuracy is all he has. And when he's able to get it down the field, it's a touchdown. 92 throw deep will do something for you, even if your arm is weak. It's going to result in a victory, as the 3-score lead will get the job done. And Alexis, I mean, there you go. How about 3 touchdowns, no picks? He's up to a 43 overall, so it seems like the overall is stagnated a little bit now that he can't just farm easy accuracy upgrades. But yeah, now he's kind of stalling, and he's going to kind of have to work with the skill set that he has, which is literally just throw deep. But this is a big game. 4-4 versus 4-4. If you get that 5th win, you're one shy of potential bowl action, as he is going to deliver a 11-yard grab for a 3rd-and-1 situation. Hey, there you go. Rushing production. A QB sneak for the 1st down. That 6'7" frame. They run a read option. Look at him try to go. Oh my goodness, he cannot run. How would you go read option? I mean, I guess that's on him for keeping it. He's going to try it again, and he gets brought down. Watching him run is so ridiculous. What the heck was that? Why would you even call a read option? As Illinois has got the pass to the outside. And for a 1st down, I mean, Oregon did get a field goal at least, so the defense just got to hold them here as that pass incomplete. 4th down, and they're going to punt, so Oregon does get the chance to put this one away. He's going to try to go deep, and he's got an open man. If he had an arm, that would have been a touchdown. Instead, they'll just have to settle for the big play. But if he had an arm, if he had just like 50 throw power, I feel like that would have been a touchdown. As 2:20 to go, up the middle for the 1st down. Illinois burns their final timeout, and the game is over. Oregon 5 wins on the season, and Alexis, I mean, hasn't thrown a whole lot of interceptions in these games where they don't get blown out. I mean, it feels like when there's a close game, he actually doesn't play completely garbage, but you know, against USC, yeah, you get blown out. I don't know why you're throwing the ball with him 56 times. You deserve to lose. And now, the final 2 games of the season, luckily, are not against top-tier opponents. It's Northwestern and Michigan State. You win one of these games, and maybe you have a chance. But an interception as he got hit as he was throwing. Don't think that would have mattered. That wasn't really a good decision regardless. Northwestern makes it a 3-score game. And I don't know if you're going to be able to make a 17-point comeback with this guy. He's going to try to go down the field. I mean, honestly, for 26 throw power, it's really not as bad as I thought. Like, I thought 26 throw power would just mean he's just got the meanest noodle arm. I thought, like, it would be the worst thing ever. I mean, it's bad. It's bad, but it's like a step up from a child throwing a football. Instead, it's like watching Tua trying to throw the football in a January playoff game at Lambeau Field. Like, that's more we're working with right now. So, Northwestern dominates 41-23. 5 interceptions. Stop throwing the ball so much. 48 times. Oregon at 5-6. Last game of the season against Michigan State. You put yourself in a spot where even if you win this game, you're not guaranteed bowl action. Obviously, if you lose, you're not getting one at 5-7. But if you win, I don't know if they're going to be like high enough in the Big Ten standings, because 6-6 in the Big Ten isn't always going to be enough. You need to have a high enough conference record. I think it's like top 10 in the conference gets a bowl game, which if you can't finish top 10 in your conference, you shouldn't get a bowl game regardless. So that's fair. I don't know where they are after this game if they win it, but Alexis in his own end zone. I really recommend you to get rid of it. He does. 4th down, they'll punt it, and in the snow, it's obviously not going to be a great punt. They'll have the football inside the 40-yard line, Michigan State, and 3 yards to go on 3rd down. That was interesting. He threw the ball. It kind of like luckily skipped to him backwards on a fumble. That was really unique. Never seen that before, but that was kind of cool, I guess, as Michigan State now back on defense. Alexis on 3rd and 3 outside. It's caught, but he just falls backwards out of bounds, or stumbles backwards out a yard shy. Michigan State with that 3-point deficit with 3 minutes to play, now down to 2.5 at the 40-yard line. Swing it outside, and the defense swarms to him, and a loss of 4. As 3rd down and 10. Outside, it's reeled in, and now they're in field goal range. I know a field goal in the snow is going to be difficult as Childs gets away on the run. It's caught inside the 10, and now the defense really needs to stop him here. Michigan State, Childs backwards pass, and he's going to lose yards. I don't know about that one. 3rd down and goal. Childs underneath, and that's way short. Okay, you forced the field goal try with under a minute to go. Can Oregon come up with the game-winning drive, or will it be a losing season as up the middle on the run, and it's going to get them to the 33. You're going to need, I don't know, at least like 25, 30 yards, and you're going to get a good amount there. You're at midfield, 30 seconds to go. I don't know why you're doing a designed rollout with Alexis. That's not his strong suit. You're lucky you got the ball away. 27 seconds to go. 3rd down. This is great protection. Someone's got to get open. He's throwing on the run. He's got a completion. We threw on the run, and it's going to be in a field goal range. Send the kicker out in the snow, and the kick is good. And Alexis delivers the game-winning drive. And a little bit of promise shown. 24-21, a 6-6 record. I didn't know what their record would be with him. I didn't know if they'd win any games, aside from like the FCS team. But unfortunately, at 6-6, they finished 11th in the Big Ten and no bowl games. So I think I was right. I think it's top 10. Here are his stats on the season. 2,800 yards, 20 touchdowns, 21 picks, and a completion percentage of 46, and he took 41 sacks. And he also had negative 280 rushing yards with a long run of 2. 2 yards is probably also on a QB sneak as well. So this is about what I expected on the ground. I mean, through the air, the fact that he actually had like almost a 1-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, that's still really bad, but that's still like kind of better than I thought it would be. And he did have a 460-yard game against Oregon State, which that is still an anomaly. I don't know how he did that, but you know, only 2 games without a touchdown. That's something. And how about we get to his development, because this part, we're going to see how much the development can really carry him. And when you hit the training results, I am absolutely stunned to see that Alexis took a huge jump. What in the world is this? Is elite development moving like this? Plus 66 to speed and 64 to excel, plus 34 to strength, plus 20 to awareness, plus 38 to throw power. His arm is still weak, but it's 64, so it's like maybe Division III quarterback level. But what in the world is this? I did not think that the development would do this to him. like, I knew that elite development, obviously we've done plenty of videos, we've seen that elite development goes a little crazy sometimes, but I know that, you know, being that low for an overall, your abilities and like the skill points, it takes less, but I mean, look how much he got his quickness up. He got it up like 6. That's a lot. Plus 6 to quickness when it's like 8 points to 9 points each. And then he got the accuracy up a little bit. He got the throw power up a little bit. Like, how many points did he get? Obviously, I know that, you know, being on Oregon, you get a little bit of a development boost because you got a good staff and you got everything kind of working in your favor. But I still didn't think it'd be that much. But that's why we do stuff like this, to see what kind of ridiculous stuff happens. And you know, like, I wouldn't have guessed that he'd be going all the way up to a 70+ overall after 1 year. And right now he's playing pretty dang okay, at least for, you know, the type of quarterback he is. And the fact that he still, like, is, you know, that weak-armed, and I mean, while he's got competent mobility, he's still one of the more immobile quarterbacks in the country. Like, he's still one of the worst starters, but, you know, you're going from an unplayable child to a, like, maybe high-end Division III starter, which is a huge upgrade. So let's see what Oregon can do now that they have a human being playing quarterback in a rematch against Oregon State. They started off 2-0 after a win over Baylor and an FCS team. Oregon State sitting at 3-0. Oregon sitting at 2-0, and the fumble is scooped up by Oregon, already up by 7, and they get the turnover with 3 minutes to play. Alexis, as I'm just more impressed with the fact that he went from 2 speed all the way up to 60, and the broken tackle there is going to spring him loose for a long gain after the grab. Alexis has a lot of time in the pocket. He got that many people in blocking. You can see him. He's going to move around a little bit, throw the football. He still, no matter how much he's gotten better, can't make up for the fact that he might be a little dumb. Why are you doing that for a throw? An interception is going to give Oregon State a chance, but they're going to get brought down for a 3rd and 17 at the 2-minute warning. Underneath, not going to get you anything. He got 2 yards, but still 4th and 15. Game on the line, throwing it up top, and it is incomplete. Oregon takes over, and they can put this one away. Handoff into the end zone for a touchdown. And now when it comes to Alexis, I'm sitting here thinking, you know, he's still got 2 more, you know, training result progression abilities to him. Like, he's still gonna have 2 more off seasons to upgrade. I mean, can he be drafted? Like, is it possible for him to go from 17 overall to the NFL? Like, that'd be crazy. 19-14 your score right now as Iowa are going to take over on offense with 8 to play. 3rd down and 9, and the pass is going to be short of the line. Oregon going to get the football right back after a 3 and out, and Alexis check down underneath. 1st down and a catch and run to the 30-yard line. Now 2nd down and 11 after a 1-yard loss. They're going to go slant over the middle. 1st down and a spin move to the 45, and now another 2nd down situation where they go to the air, and the running back dump down's going to get it to 3rd down and 1, where they're going to go with the QB sneak. I know it said 4th and 1, but that's a very clear 1st down. They overturned that as a play action now. Throwing it down the same open man. It's caught. Touchdown. Oregon taking a 2-score lead. And Iowa's got to have to try to do something on offense, which it's not really Iowa's thing here, is doing stuff on offense as they're getting sacked and down inside their own 20. They got to go a long way, and they're sacked again at the 5, 4th and 19, as they're going to convert. He breaks the tackle, and he got free. What a play. He's going to outrun him all the way. 95-yard touchdown. Iowa, what a play. That was incredible. And Oregon now, pressure has been put on them. 3:30 to go, and the handoff to the running back straight up the middle. He's going to break a tackle, run through 2 more, get a block. Are you serious? He's going to respond. 74 yards and a touchdown, and 2 incredible plays back to back, and Iowa right back where they left off. And I don't think that that's going to happen again for them, where they get some other crazy play. I think it might be all over for them. 4th down and 7. If you're gonna pull it off, it'll have to be with a play here, but the pressure of the Oregon defense gets the job done. And how about a little bit more offense, where the ground game is doing phenomenal stuff. That's going to be another way you, at least for this season, can help Alexis maybe get to the playoffs. Have a ground game like like this, where they are just grinding out the clock. And look at a little read option. He broke a tackle, actually. Hey, credit to him. He learned how to break a tackle. And the field goal is going to be good with a minute to go. That's going to end things. Oregon 36-21 over Iowa, and continuing on undefeated still early on in this season, and the next game is going to result in another victory as well. 41-10 over Purdue. And Oregon, how about 5 touchdowns from Alexis? This is surprisingly going way better than I thought, as now Oregon taking on Ohio State at home. Ohio State not playing so well this season, 2-3 so far. Oregon, meanwhile, they're 14th in the country. As a flag is down, they have a 7-point lead in the football, and it's looking like they're going to get a little bit more help too. It's going to be a pass interference, and Oregon will have a 15-yard gain with it. 38-yard line now as they're set up for maybe a field goal, as they're definitely going to be a field goal range now inside the red zone with a 21-yard gain. Alexis is going to get pressured and sacked. He's still not the best mover. I mean, his change of direction is a little rough, and even though he's got the agility, it's still not a lot of great movement skills. I mean, he's still going to be slower than a lot of defensive tackles at this point, I feel like, especially on Ohio State's side. But Oregon gets a field goal on the drive and a 10-point lead with just 6 minutes to play. Now under 6 as they go read option, and quarterback's going to go outside for a first down gain of 4. As now from the 47, play action. Blitz sent in. He's going to try to step up, but the guard can't get a hand on him. It's a sack. 2nd and 16. And they send another guy from the edges. That's going to be an interception. Oregon, can it be 6-0? As they are going to take over with a 10-point lead. And Alexis with the throw underneath. First down, and they don't give it to him, actually. It's going to be 3rd down and inches. But Alexis, I mean, hey, at 6'7", you're a pretty solid sneak threat to just lunge forward as they're going to run the football for another first down. I think Oregon's going to be able to get this job done. Look at Alexis on the read option. Oh my goodness, he actually got like 9 yards on a read option. Look at him go. It's like a career-long run. And now the running back's going to finish the job off with a 24-yarder. Get him down to the 3. Hand it to him one more time. He helicopters in. Touchdown in Oregon. 31-14. 6-0 on the season. I am impressed, but you got a taller task in front of you. You're number 10 in the country, but how about on the road against number 2 Michigan? Right now you're down by 10, but you're in the red zone. Alexis, he's going to keep it. He's going to take the contact to get 6 yards on the ground. First and goal from the 7. Alexis underneath. That's a touchdown. If you could be number 2 Michigan and go to 7-0, I think playoffs could be in your future. This would be the big win to let you know that you can do it. But can you take out Bryce Underwood as he's going to find a man on the outside? And Underwood's got to the 41-yard line. He's had a nice game, and they're going to go with the ground as they got blockers. They got good downfield blocking from the receivers, and he's got it to the 11. He's up over 120 on the ground, and he's going to go right back under 120 with a loss in the backfield. 3rd down and 10 for Underwood. It's going to be intercepted, and that's a bad throw from Bryce Underwood, and Oregon's got it back in a 3-point deficit with just 5 minutes to go. Alexis, that's actually a really good ball. We're seeing Alexis being able to put the ball in some nice spots now that his accuracy ratings are steadily growing, and the run got him over 100 yards on the ground. The run game's been so huge for Oregon this season. As another good one for 13. 3:14 to go. Sneak it. First down. 20-yard line. 2 minutes to go. He's going to try to step up. A Michigan player got a hand on him. It's going to result in an incomplete pass. So 4th down. Field goal try for the tie. Kick is good. We're all even at 31 apiece between these two 6-0 teams. And Michigan's ground game, it's just a battle of who's running the football better. And right now, Michigan, I think, is winning that battle. And Bryce Underwood's probably the better quarterback today. So I think Michigan, if they could just get one big play like this up in the air on 3rd down, but double coverage and it's incomplete. And Oregon, now it's their turn. Can they get the big play to get a field goal before this time expires? Handoff, 3rd and 1, and the run game's not going to get the job done. Michigan takes it back in good field position and 9 yards. They fake the fullback dive and actually toss it out. This play never works, and it actually just got him the first down from the 37. Handing it off again, and this Oregon defense defense cannot stop the Michigan line as another first down carry into field goal range. Oregon out of timeouts. Underwood, I don't know why he's throwing, but he is, and it's going to result them getting all the way to the 1-yard line, and Oregon should just let them score. They do, and at least you're going to get 20 seconds to go, but I mean, obviously, you don't got the arm to get this into the end zone. Alexis, he's going to throw it as far as he can. It's a little bit further than I thought, but still like 30 yards shy of the end zone. Game is over. He actually got that football like 50 yards down the field. Hey, credit to him. Alexis actually played pretty solid for a game at Michigan, but now dropped down to number 12 at 6-1. You're taking on 6-2 UCLA squad, who is 15th in the country looking for a playoff spot. So this is another big game. This is the hard part of Oregon's schedule, and can they come out the other side still in that top 12 as they're looking to overcome this 10-point deficit just like they did against Michigan, but actually hold on this time from the 5. Screen is not going to get the job done. 3rd down and goal from the 6. Alexis screen set up on the right side, this time for the running back, and there's just not a lot of blocking there either. Have to go for the field goal. Still, we'll cut it to a 1-score game. Kick is no good. You missed a kick from that short. And Oregon's still down by 2 scores. And now the defense gonna get a sack, but you need a lot more than that. I mean, field position would be good if you stop him here, though. And you're going to get a sack. No, he's gonna break out of it. That could have been a safety or even at the 1. Instead, they get the throw off. You're gonna have to go 50 yards to get this ball into the end zone. I don't know if you're trusting your kicker right now, but I guess a kick would get them back to a 1-score game like it would have last drive as Alexis gets sacked, and you're back at the 38, 3rd down and 14. Be 55 yards from here. Pass to the outside is going to be for a 3-yard gain, so you're going to try it from 52. And the kick on its way. It is this time through the uprights. So you are back down to a 1-score game, but 4 minutes to play. Sweep it to the edge. If you're UCLA, just a couple of first downs. You can get Oregon to start use their timeouts, and you get a nice run right there. Helps out at the very least for the field position battle where you're not going to be able to give them the football right at midfield. And now you're going to be thinking, can I get this up to a 2-score game? Was that Malachi Nelson at quarterback for UCLA? What is going on here? Malachi Nelson succeeding as they're going to go read option, and he's going to run inside the 15. And now 2 minutes to go. Oregon, 1 first down will end it, but a touchdown will certainly do the same. And Oregon, even though they drove all the way down the field, 40 seconds to go, they got the touchdown, but you're going to need the onside kick. That's ultimately what this comes down to. Kick is scooped up. UCLA is going to win the game. And Oregon drops 2 straight, and they're going to drop out the top 12 now. That is unfortunate, both against Michigan and UCLA. It was possible to win. This time around, Alexis did not have a good game at all, and now you're taking on another top 20 team. How about Penn State, another 6-win team? So Penn State and Oregon battling it out, 18 versus 17. Feels like this is a game at this point in the season to determine who still has a hope to get into the playoffs. 10 wins will get you there, but at 9-3, if you lose 3 straight in your Oregon, or Penn State and you're number 17, you lose your 3rd game. I don't know if playoffs are going to be exactly possible. Not impossible, but not going to be easy, especially if you go and say, Oregon, yeah, you lost against all your hardest opponents, basically, as they're going to try to get this back to a 2-score game. Penn State's been hanging around in this one, and Alexis, that pass out of bounds, but there was a flag down, came that early, so looking like an offsides as a 20-13 game. Oregon already got a chip shot field goal in their back pocket. Alexis on 3rd down is sacked. His reaction time is still abysmal, but now the short field goal is going to be good. So you got the 2-score lead with just 4.5 to go. Penn State's got to put points up on the board here as they get a first down. Now under 4 to play as they got to go about 61 yards if they're going to want to find the end zone. And they are going to get 7 on that play. Hurrying back to the line, still got all their timeouts as he's going to try to scramble. He's going to get through and get the first down. And now back to the line once more in Oregon territory. You found yourself in field goal range now with that completion, but a fumble, and Oregon picks it up. And that might be able to do it. And the first down is going to be all they need to end this game. 3rd down and 4. Alexis gets sacked, and now Penn State still has a slight chance in this one. But that fumble might have really just ruined their chances as they're at midfield. 1:44 to go. Throwing it deep, and it's intercepted. And Oregon finally back on track with the win. And is he going to take this back? He's just not going to go down. He wants the pick 6, but he gets tracked down at the 5. Oregon keeps their playoff dreams alive a little bit longer. That is a huge win. 7-2 on the year. And they got through that trio of tough opponents, losing 2 of them. And then against Maryland, they get a 42-24 victory, and they're up for 14 in the country, probably going to go up even more after this game. And they're taking on Nebraska. So a 5-week span where they take on 4 top 20 teams. Nebraska 9-1, number 5 in the country. Once again, kind of one of those games where it's like, at least for Nebraska, they're probably safe if they lose. But for Oregon, if you want the playoffs, you got to win this game. If you lose, again, not impossible, but you're at 14 and a 3rd loss probably might do you in. And it's a 20-20 game right now. Nebraska, they're looking for conference championships. They're looking for that number 1 seed even, as the play action is going to result in a 1st down. Catch and run, past midfield, and he's at the 47-yard line. 7 minutes to play. They sweep it on the ground, and Oregon's defense gets him down for a loss of 2. Move it to 3rd and 13. They're going to run it again, and not going to get it. So a punt is going to give Oregon the football right back, and now a screen. It's going to lose a yard, and Alexis has got to do something on 3rd and 11. Protection's pretty good, but no one's getting open. Eventually, pressure gets in. You got plenty of time to throw. You just couldn't get anybody open, or he just couldn't see it. I don't know. But it's going to be Nebraska football in phenomenal field position, and the run breaking tackles. 31 yards, what a run. And Nebraska in the red zone. He's going to scramble. He's got the 1st down. Goal to go at the 5, and Nebraska in 2 plays on the verge of a touchdown lead. They lose a yard on the ground. 3rd down and goal from the 6. He's going to throw on, floating it back. Corner, incomplete. And the field goal try, far left hash, kick is good, and Nebraska takes 3-point lead. Oregon has a 90-second drive to see if they can go down the field and at least tie this one up. 3rd down and 4 for Alexis. Running back picks up the block. He's floating one down the field. Incomplete. 4th and 4. And this is the game-deciding play, potentially. He's going to throw it deep using all of his arm strength. That's not much. It's incomplete. Even if he had good arm strength on that one, I don't know if that would have happened. But now Nebraska, 1st down, completely ends it. 3rd down and 3. Under a minute to go now as the handoff stopped. And Oregon's going to get a small chance in this one. Field goal is good, meaning you got 50 seconds. Can you go the distance to pull off this huge upset and get yourself into the playoffs? It's 3rd down and 1. Could have got that 1st down there, but they're going to throw on the outside now. You will get the 1st down. Got to get out of bounds, and he does from the 36-yard line. 29 seconds to play. Good time in the pocket for Alexis, and he delivers for an open man and a 1st down there in enemy territory. He maybe has enough arm now to get it to a Hail Mary, but they're going to get another play. This one's short, and that was still in bounds and to spike it. 10 seconds to go. Over the middle, it's caught, and they got the 1st down. 7 seconds to go. Gotta hurry up from the 25. Do they got time? 6, 5, 4, 3. You gotta get the snap off. 2, 1. He couldn't do it. You had time. He just didn't get the snap off, and it was not a lack of time. He could have done it. I don't know, man. That's just disappointing. Obviously, scoring a 25-yard touchdown in this situation wasn't going to be all that likely, but oddly enough, Oregon actually jumped up 3 spots in the polls. So now they're number 11 after a loss, and maybe playoffs is still possible. I mean, obviously losing a 1-score game to the number 5 team is nothing to, like knock a team for that much, but you went up. I don't know what happened in the polls, but Washington is trying to pull up the upset. Oregon still like very much on the fringe, because you got to remember an at-large team like one of those smaller schools who's probably not that high ranked is going to get in. So you're looking at maybe 11 spots to get in. Oregon's at 11. Then you got conference championship weekend. They're not going to make the conference championship. So you take care of business here and hope the dominoes fall in your favor to see if you can get yourselves into the playoffs, but you just got to take care of business here. 5 minutes to go, 6-point lead, and Alexis is sacked. And now 3rd down and 16, the spot for this offense, as Alexis to the air is going to break out of a sack, and Alexis hit as he's throwing, incomplete. I mean, the creativity and the escapability is a lot more there than it was last season. So, I mean, good on him for having, like, the biggest growth I've ever seen from a player, but and still might not be enough to get into the playoffs, as Oregon is watching Washington get this thing inside the 30-yard line. And the read option, he hits a spin move, and it gets him a 1st down and more. All right, they're in the red zone now. 2:20 to go. Run up the middle is going to get him 6. 2-minute warning hits, 3rd down and 4. Washington needing this first. They go to the end zone. It's knocked away. 4th down and 4. This is the big seizing, defining play. Potentially, he's a couple inches shy. That was so close, and they give it to Oregon. And now one more 1st down is going to do it, but it's got to be on a 3rd down and 10. Alexis swings it out. It's caught. He made a miss. He breaks a tackle, but he's 1.5 yards. They call it 2 yards shy. Washington, though, will have 38 seconds to go, and they immediately throw an interception. Oregon wins game number 9 on the year. And will it be enough to get into the playoffs? This is going to be really close. And hopefully Conference Championship weekend plays out in their favor. But the results are in. And they finish number 12. No playoffs. They're taking on USC in the bowl game. That's really unfortunate. You came so close. So they dropped 1 spot from their win, which it's just weird. You know, you lose to the number 5 team in the country, you go up 3 spots. You beat your rivals in the last week of the season, you go down a spot. So it's just how it works sometimes, and it didn't work out for Oregon. But I can't blame the committee for saying, yeah, Alexis maybe doesn't deserve to hit the playoffs, as USC, they're down by 17, but a touchdown there is going to cut it down to a 7-point game. So maybe a little comeback is going to be on for USC, as Oregon's going to run it for a 1st down. And Alexis to the air. Over the middle, it's intercepted! Okay, this is a little worrying. Oregon was on the doorstep of the playoffs, and now, I mean, with a 17-point lead, they could blow it because USC's in field goal range to cut this down to a 1-score game already. 7:30 to play. He's got time in the pocket. He finds his man underneath. And a gain of 9 will get it to the red zone. 3rd and 1. They go read option. He's got the 1st down. And he's inside the 10 to the 7. 1st down and goal, as they are going to run the football. Little cut. Gets him to the 4. And now looking for the score. He's got it. USC cuts it down to a 3-point deficit. And now it's a little worrying. Can you not go 3 and out here? That would be really devastating, and they do. 3 and out for USC's defense, and they're once again in enemy territory. You are not going to blow a 17-point lead in the 4th quarter, are you? As the run, 1st down again. They're in position to tie it. Oregon's basically not touched this ball. They've had like 3 plays, it feels like, or 4 plays, I guess. They've had the 3 and out and an interception. The sneak is going to get the 1st down. They're at the 22-yard line with 2:40 to go. And over the middle, 1st down and more, touchdown! USC has the lead. And from 17 down to 4 up in just 7.5 minutes. Alexis on the run. That's actually a really good throw and catch. 2-minute warning with this play. They are going to just get hit as he's throwing. 4th and 10. Alexis, not like this. And it's caught. Okay. Keep it alive. 119. And the completion for another 1st down. Got to go 34 more yards. They burn their 2nd timeout. Alexis is going to try to step up, but that's just bad movement. He ran right into a defender. 3rd and 14. Alexis, all the time in the world. Just a 3-man rush. You got to find somebody. And he got hit as he was throwing, and it's all the way out of bounds. 4th and 14. Game on the line for Alexis. He's going to throw it short. It's incomplete. They just blew a 17-point lead. And there is no way in the world on those last plays, though, like no one got open. Alexis just cannot manage the pocket very well, or just does not have a good internal clock. But I will say, 400 more yards, 8 more touchdowns, 9 less interceptions, higher completion percentage, way better season. He also even had a game where he had 11 rushing yards. That's impressive right there. But, I mean, he didn't have any 400-yard performances like he did in that Oregon State game as a freshman. That's still an anomaly of a performance. But he had a touchdown all but one game and had a 5-touchdown game against Purdue. So now I'm really interested. Obviously, we're not going to see another plus 20 overalls. But what's it going to look like this time around now that he's a respectable overall and is going to have a little bit more normal development? Him being a respectable overall, he goes up by 4. But interestingly, again, the speed is what really takes the jump. 76 speed, 76 excel, 70 change of direction, 76 strength. He's up to 99 awareness, but the throw power is still 66. And the deep throw can't get better. It's already a 99, 99 carrying. The juke is at a respectable rate, but I find it really interesting that, like, he's just really, like, trying to get the quickness and elusiveness up. Like, the IQ now is maxed out because he's got the carrying and the awareness. And even though his play action isn't good, it still counts it as 99. He can't get any better IQ-wise. But, like, he's got 99 agility, so you get the elusiveness up. The other ratings are going to boost up. Quickness, though, I mean, look at that. Like, 76, 76. He's gone up so much quickness-wise. It's really crazy. Like, he is a 78... 2 skill points right now, so like I think by the end of this year he could be like an 80. Like I don't know, if he takes a big leap in his final year, maybe he could be draftable. I don't know. So we get to season 3, his junior year started, an FCS team. I mean, hey, I don't change the schedules, I don't touch the schedules, but hey, thank you to Oregon for not having tough opponents. You know, they get an FCS team every year. Baylor's the toughest non-conference opponent. They take care of business. Oregon State, kind of the locked-in rivalry game. They get to take care of business there. So a quick 3-0 start, and you head into conference play where everything gets a whole lot more difficult. And I think playoffs are the expectation now. You came one ranking shy. You go take on Rutgers, number 9 in the country, 44-3 your final. So looking good, but what happens when you face Penn State, Wisconsin, Nebraska, all these other teams? Well, right now you're in a little bit of trouble in Game 5 against Michigan State. They are 3-1 on the season, but Oregon sitting here at number 4 is going to throw an interception. Alexis in the end zone, down by 1, just has to hold on for a field goal, and he throws a pick. So now Michigan State has the ball and the lead, breaks out of a sack, and he's going to run for a first down. And that is going to be brutal, but you have another chance to get off the field here. 3rd down and 12. He's going to step up and throw for a first. Thought he might have been able to run for, but he just goes and uses his arm, gets the job done. Another 3rd down. Make it 3 3rd down conversions on this drive. You can still come out of here with a 1-score deficit, even if they score a touchdown, but they won't be able to. You get the field goal opportunity. They finally get a 3rd down stop. Kick is good, but it makes it a touchdown game with 5 minutes to play. Alexis goes to the outside, and that's going to be caught for a gain of 10. We go to 3rd down and 3 from the 33. Slant route, incomplete. And Oregon's going to punt and put it in their defense's hands. 3rd down situation here, another one where Michigan State converts. And upset alert now for this Oregon team. Throwing it deep, knocked away. Alexis has not had many clutch situations in his career. He hasn't had many opportunities, nor has he really succeeded on the ones that he had. But one that he did was in his freshman season, his last game as a freshman, where he threw for that game-winning play, essentially, against Michigan State on the road to set up that field goal try. Will he get another game winner against the Spartans? Over the middle, step forward, broken tackle, makes a juke, down to the 2, and Oregon 2 yards away with a minute to go. And they have a 1st and goal. They're taking their time. They run it down to 34 seconds and put it in the end zone as Michigan State just a Hail Mary to go. And they don't even throw it down the field. Oregon survives a huge victory. You need to take care of business against the teams like Michigan State because you know you got the Ohio States, Michigans, and all of them on the schedule. And it's going to be hard to come out the other end not losing any of these games. And right now, yeah, here is one of them. Wisconsin, 6-6 on the road. It's a low-scoring game. So it's up to Alexis to put the ball in the end zone. He hasn't been able to do it all day as a curl route for the 1st down into Wisconsin territory. Throwing as he gets sacked. He's still, despite being faster, more movable, as with his change of direction, his awareness is high. He still doesn't have the best reaction ability, but regardless, Oregon gets the 3 and out and a punt here. And look at this punt. They call fair catch, but he doesn't catch it, and the ball hits the pylon, and they call it at the 1. That should be a touchback as they toss it out of the end zone. Safety. That ball hit the pylon. That should be a touchback, as that is going to result in a Wisconsin lead and the ball, an odd 8-6 score with no touchdowns on the board for either side, as Wisconsin run up the middle of 3rd and 1. They don't get it, and they gotta punt it. So now Oregon, well, you can win the game 9-8 with a field goal. 3 minutes to go from the 39. RPO, he gets it out quicker. Increase of throw powers made the RPOs a little bit more watchable throughout his career, as Alexis short route got him open. 2 guys out there, and he chokes them both out into field goal range. 2 minutes to go. Quick RPO again. He's got the grab for a gain of 6. 2-minute warning is hit, and they got another completion short. It's 3rd and 1, as they're going to go play action. Dump it to the fullback. He's not going to get there. They'll try the field goal from 42 for the lead. Kick is no good. Are you serious? He missed it. And now Wisconsin got to try to run out the clock on the ground. He fumbles the football. Oregon's got it. And the miracle fumble that goes in the favor of Oregon. They get another try at it. And this field goal is going to be a whole heck of a lot shorter, as they are going to have it at the 12. 3rd and 1 for the first down. And now you can run this clock out. 3rd down and goal. They're actually going to throw it. Bold. He wants the end zone. It's incomplete, but you got a much shorter try. 22-yard field goal for the win. Kick is no good. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Who is this kicker? You missed a 42 and a 22-yarder for the win both times. And Oregon gets their first loss. They drop down to number 10, but they bounce back with a 48-3 win over Minnesota. That is such a bad loss to have, though. You can't really afford to drop 3 games this season, so I think you only got maybe 1 more loss to spare. USC comes to town. They get taken care of 34-10. And Alexis, only 46 completion percentage, but it was enough for the victory. And here you go, one of these tough opponents, number 12, Penn State. And that ball, the first throw is a fumble. It's a backwards pass. And that's going to be 3rd down and 12. Oregon's up 31-24 is an incomplete pass. He got hit as he was throwing, and now they'll have to punt it to Penn State, who's got it at midfield. And the strike over the middle. He makes a miss, and that's a great play. He broke a tackle, juked a guy out. Now the QB draw right up the middle for a gain of 11. They got goal to go now. 3:30 to play. Looking for the tie. They go underneath. Tight end to the 4. 3rd down and goal for a huge opportunity to tie it. It's a sack. And Penn State, I really am questioning going for a field goal with under 3 minutes to go when you're down by 7. Doesn't really do a whole lot for you, because it's still a touchdown game. I guess the touchdown would give you the lead, obviously, but you got to be sure you get the football back. And, well, with the 2 sacks, they are going to, so I guess maybe it was a good decision, because you get the ball at the 40-yard line. You got all the opportunity you could possibly ask for, as you get 27 yards at the 13-yard line. Oregon needing a stop. They go dig screen, and they get 2. 3rd down and 8. 50 seconds to play. Screen for the running back, but he wasn't able to get out there, and he got tackled. 4th down. Game of the line. It's intercepted. Oregon's defense comes up clutch and holds on to that top 5 ranking. 8-1 on the season, and they are just so close to being able to put themselves in that playoff picture, as they just have to take care of business the rest of the way. Indiana, easy opponent, 27-7. They still have Washington to play, and in their next game, they are going to take care of Illinois. So I feel like the schedule is a little bit easier. You dodged Ohio State, you dodged Nebraska, you dodged some of these other teams. USC wasn't too hot this year either. Against Washington, they were ranked, but it's not going to happen. And Washington goes down. Oregon, how about an 11-1 regular season, where you get to take on Nebraska in the Big Ten championship, and your playoff spot is secured. So for conference championship and playoff games, you get the full second half, because why not? It's an important game, and let's see if against Nebraska you can lock up that first round bye. You maybe even climb up to that #1 seed, as you, like I said, you got that playoff spot already locked in a 10-10 game. He got around the defender and a touchdown for Nebraska. 17-10 now your score, as Oregon's offense gets their first shot of the second half. Alexis hit as he's throwing, and it's 3rd and 11. Alexis to the air, and he's going to try to step up and run, but he got rid of the football. It could have been picked. It seemed a little hesitant there. You either got to throw it or run it. Don't run it and then throw it and then, have that hesitation there. You got to make a choice a little bit sooner. Also, I don't know who Oregon's punter is, but he cannot hit a good one. Every single time they get stopped on a 3 and out. They get the football in great field position, as just like that, they're already inside the 5. Will it be the 2-touchdown lead? 2nd down and goal, 3 minutes to play in the 3rd. Quick slant, touchdown! And Nebraska got 2 on the board already in this 3rd quarter, and another 3 and out for Oregon. Oregon's barely touched this football. Nebraska, meanwhile, more good field position. It was a better punt, but if you're going 3 and out in your own 20-yard line, you're not going to be able to do much. As now the 3rd quarter comes to an end, we're on to the 4th quarter, and Oregon has literally had 6 plays of offense in this second half. Alexis, maybe not built for the moment, as the field goal is good. Nebraska by 3 scores. Well, you're on to another 3rd down if you're Oregon, and it's an incomplete pass. 4th down. Well, now will be 2 3 and outs, and will it be 4 and out? Yes. Well, okay, the receiver just dropped that. Okay, all right, yeah, that's brutal. So 11 plays of offense. Nebraska puts up another field goal. It's 30-10. I mean, this is probably your last drive if you're going to have a chance at it. And finally, a 1st down. It took them literally halfway through the 4th quarter to get their first down of the half. And now Alexis going to try to run. He's still not all that fast. He's brought down for 2. 4th down and 9. And Alexis is going to go to the outside. It's caught. It's short. Nebraska dominates and wins it 37-10, and Oregon, a whopping 15 plays that we watched in that second half. But luckily for them, they do have to, while still playing the first round, it's the easiest matchup. They get to play Arkansas State, so we're not going to take them too lightly. But 24-7 your score. This one we're starting in the 4th quarter because Oregon's been in control. There hasn't been much to show, and right now 24-7, a 3 and out for the offense. But I mean, the defense has done their job. It's still Arkansas State's just outmatched in this one. The advantage they may have is maybe they got the better quarterback, which that counts for a lot, but how much does it really count for when it's Oregon versus Arkansas State? 4th down and 7, 6 minutes to go. He's going to throw one deep down the field. It's incomplete. Oregon can put this one away. Read option. No, he's going to throw it. It was the RPO, but he just took too long. And, well, you take a little too long in an RPO, you get that. You get pass interferences. You get illegal men downfield. So back up to 3rd and 19. And even though you're up 24-7, I mean, Alexis has looked like a big pile of garbage so far. But Arkansas hit as he's throwing that ball deep. It's reeled in. Okay. That was an impressive grab. Under 4 to go. Play action for Arkansas State as they're going to throw over the middle. Caught. Breaks the tackle. And he's down at the 35. So a couple of nice plays. Now they're going to be throwing the football deep. Again. Touchdown. All right, Arkansas State, that was impressive. And now you got the onside kick, which is dropped. And Arkansas State's got the onside. You're not going to do this. You are not going to do this. You're not going to mess this up. Come on, guys. Ball throw deep. 3rd and 18. He reels that in. Okay, what's happening? Please get a stop. This is getting scary. He's getting sacked. Okay, 4th down and 11. Hurrying it back to the line. I don't know how many more miracle grabs they got in them. They've already gotten way too many bailouts right now. A bunch of contested grabs and an onside kick. 4th and 11. Last chance. Throwing it deep. They're going to do it again. They are going to have an incomplete pass. Okay, you scared us, but you got the job done. 24-14. My goodness. Alexis, I mean, not a bad game overall, but still, you got to do a little bit better than that. You take on Pitt in the second round. They're number 4 in the country, so 17-10 your score. This one a lot closer, and we're starting in the second half. But you know, considering how difficult the opponents could be, Arkansas State and Pitt is hardly the worst draw you could have in the playoffs. It's not like you're playing, you know, Miami and Notre Dame. You know, that's a little bit better. So 17-10 being the score. You got the lead. It hasn't been a high-scoring game. But can Alexa show us something in one of these big games? I mean, it hasn't been good, but a broken tackle there in the reception. But, like, against Nebraska, he stunk it up in the second half. And against Arkansas State, he wasn't great in that situation with the fourth quarter. And now an interception, and it's taken back the other way. It is a pick six for Pitt. Man, Alexis, you're stinking up the joint, and you are single-handedly holding this team back from a playoff run, and you're still tied up in the second round. Like, that's how bad you are playing and how good your team is still. You sneak it ahead for the first down, but you gotta show us something. As Alexis over the middle, it's caught, broken tackle, he gets free, and there you go, the receiver will help you out, touchdown. Oregon gets the big play on the other end, and now Pitt's got to do something with their offense. Can't rely on another pick six, as Oregon almost got a pick six of their own. They jump in front, inside the 10 for a pick, and now the offense gets basically a free two-score lead if their field goal doesn't sell. And now Alexis on the rollout. Yeah, you're going to have to take the field goal. He loses yards on that drive, but back them up to a 30-yarder, and it is good. So you got a two-score lead in the third. I'm not going to, you know, say anything with strong confidence here as they get the 3 and out, but, you know, after the bowl game against, you know, USC where they blew the 17-point lead, the Arkansas State game scared us a little bit. I don't know if I trust them right now with a 10-point lead just because of the QB play, as they're going to find an open man. There you go, convert. You can get a field goal here to start the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 6. Roll out, and Alexis is going to throw it late. I mean, the receiver's got to be a little more ready for that one, but, like, he just takes so much time to process. And the field goal's good, but still a two-score game. 30-17 your score, so I'm thinking one more big stop of the fumble. That could have been the game ender, basically, because that would have put them up by 3 scores if they scooped that up and ran it in. 3rd down and 5. Throw it at Dave. It's just knocked away at the last second. And Pitt punts, and they're going to trust their defense, which, I mean, it's good field position for Oregon. I don't know how much I'd be trusting, but they're going to go for a screen. 1st down and more. Inside the 20, down to the 19. And Oregon, it might be on to the semifinals. Inside the 5. Goal to go. 5 minutes to play for the 3-score lead to wrap this game up. He punches it in. And my goodness, are we on the verge of watching, like, the worst QB get a national championship appearance? Because, I mean, what's your like, you know, shout for the worst national championship appearance for a QB? Like there's been some stinkers to make a national championship at QB, at least recently. I mean, literally Riley Leonard made a national championship last year, and he is certainly one of the QBs to ever play. I mean, you know, Cardale Jones was a 3rd-string quarterback who made the national championship, and I think we're going to a national championship. Oregon scoop and score. It's 27-3, and this game, Oregon's defense dominated, and the reality of who could be the worst quarterback to ever win a national championship. Just as a little refresher, I did look it up just to, you know, get a couple of names out there, but I do think my pick would maybe be Greg McElroy for Alabama. I think that's a pretty good one, but you also got Craig Krenzel, who won a national championship. He got some interesting names over the course of history who've won a national title. You know, QBs, you don't need as good of a QB as you do in the NFL, but you've had some bad ones. But I don't know. I think Alexis would be up there because he has done absolutely nothing, and you got to take on Nebraska one more time to do it if you're gonna have that national championship victory. That's a great completion. It's 21-6 as it is Oregon inside the red zone, but it's 3rd and 12, and a touchdown is needed to put this into a 1-score game. Alexis scrambling. He's going to go down for 5. You're going to have to try another field goal, so it's going to be 21-9, still a 2-score game. But, man, I mean, we want to talk about one of the biggest carry jobs ever. Like, he's actually been so bad in these big games. The lights are indeed a little too bright for this guy, but Nebraska not dominating quite as much as they were, as it was 37-10, I believe, last time. But now these two teams in a 12-point game, Oregon's defense getting a stop. They're a little bit more prepared for this Nebraska offense, but can the offense find the end zone? They haven't been able to do it. Alexis is going to get sacked. And oh my goodness, it doesn't matter how much better he's gotten. He still is stinking up the joint, as it's going to be a completion for the first down. At least he converts there. And now 3rd down and 1, sneak it for the first down. 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Play action. He's going to step up and try to run. What are you doing? He just got an illegal forward pass on a throwaway. I have never seen that where you threw the ball away and you still got an illegal forward pass. Just run it. Just take the sack. Just throw it away earlier. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? Now he's running up 3rd and 15. One of his longest career runs, 9 yards. And the field goal once again. At least he got him back into field goal range. Kick is good. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you're going to be able to win this game with just field goals. Like, I don't think you could just field goal your way back into this one. You have to get at least 3 more if you're going to do that to tie it up. So there's time for it, but I'm not confident that you can beat Nebraska in the national championship without a touchdown. Come on, the defense gets another big stop. Feels like the roles have been a little reversed where Nebraska basically dominated the offense and Oregon kept going 3 and out. Now Nebraska's going 3 and out every time and Oregon has the ball a lot. Oregon turns it over and goes 3 and out, but Nebraska hasn't done anything on offense and they're still not doing anything. 4th quarter is underway up next, and they got 3rd and 16 to convert. As pressure gets in, he gets it off, but it's just a 5-yarder. Once again, Oregon in good field position. Once again, their defense comes up big, and once again, they have a chance to cut this down. Still down by 9. Alexis underneath. They're just slowly chipping away, but the defense has done the job. They need to get some points on the board. They lose 2 yards on the ground. 3rd down and 2. Run it again. He's not gonna get it. And what do you know? Another field goal. Number 5 is good. It is a 1-score game, so a field goal there is acceptable, but no more field goals. You can't do another one. You can't go to 21-18 and then 21-21. You just can't do it. You have to score a touchdown and another 3 and out for the defense. And the offense, can you just put it in the end zone one time? As a completion for 12. We're down to 5:40 to play. Play action. He gets the block picking up. Alexis is going to run it. Oh my goodness, he's got a nice run. He actually got a big run there. That was like 20 yards. That might be his longest career run. Read option. Why are we doing the Alexis ground game? There's got to be a career high rushing yards for him as they're going to go with a handoff this time to the running back, and it is going to get him inside the red zone. Come on. 4 minutes to play from the 16, handing it off to the edge. He's going to go down for 1. It's 3rd and 9 from the 15. Alexis outside. It's intercepted. No. In the pick, he choked it again. Why is he so bad in these big moments? He is just brutal to watch, but the defense, well, loss of 3. 2nd down and 13. Is the defense going to do it again? They get him to 3rd and 4. 2:30 to play. 3rd down. Underneath. He breaks 2 tackles, but the Oregon defense swarms and gets him down. Oregon gets another try. How many chances do you need? He gets a first down on the bubble screen. 1:30 to play. There's a big one. Up the seam to the 19. And Alexis, 90 seconds to go, 19 yards. It's officially your final chance. You're down to 1 timeout. The defense can't save you this time. You gotta get the job done. 1 minute to play from the 12. End zone! Touchdown! Finally! Alexis delivers the 1 touchdown. And with a minute to play, can they stop Nebraska one more time? As they have the 48 seconds to go from the 23 outside. That's going to be caught. He's got the first down. Finally, they get a first down. But is it too little too late? Check it down underneath. Oregon just going to try to make the open field tackles. Nebraska out of timeouts. 30 seconds to go. Pass is incomplete. 4th down and 3. Is it going to be the national championship? They run it. Oregon, I think they're fine letting them run it because it takes out the time. They got to spike it. 23 seconds to go from the 44. Quick pass over the middle. He's got it, but it's in the field of play. They hurry it back to the line. 16 seconds. You can maybe throw one pass over the middle, get down, spike it, kick a field goal. But now they're going to spike it here on 3rd and 5, so make it 4th and 5. 10 seconds to go. They're going to throw it. Quick over the middle. It's caught, but I don't think that's going to be field goal range. It's going to be 6 seconds. And from the 43, they're going to get up to the line in time. Spike it. It'd be 60 yards from here, but they're not going to do it. They can't hit from 60. Just stop this, and you got yourself a national championship. Hail Mary for the win. He's got time. He lets it fly, and there's a flag down. It's incomplete, but there's a flag down. No, it's pass interference on the Hail Mary. No, they kicked the field goal for the win. It's good. And Nebraska wins the national title. Oh boy, that's so depressing. That's one way to lose a national championship, but on one hand, I could almost say he didn't deserve to win. I mean, you look at the stats on the season for Alexis: 33 touchdowns, 7 picks, 58 completion percentage. He didn't look too bad, but I mean, we watched him in the big games. It wasn't good. And that was a career high rushing, 37 rushing yards in the national title game. And overall in the season, when you look at those big games, it just wasn't good. I mean, he had the 2nd most passing yards he had in the national title game, but like in these big moments, he just could not do well. Like, I mean, you look at the games where he had interceptions. It wasn't the national championship. That hurt a lot. You get to his final season, though, and maybe he'll be good enough to do something for this team, because he is now in 86 overall. And, like, I am stunned by his speed. Like, I am also stunned that they just decide to keep doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on going for his speed. Like, they are really not prioritizing the throw power on him, which is, like, I know it's just random, but it's just funny how this time that they're just not going for the throw power, because he's going to end his career with, I mean, maybe if he upgrades throughout his final year, maybe he hits 70 throw power, but this guy started with 2 speed and 3 excel. And look how much he has upgraded his quickness. He might get to be maxed out. Like if he just has another, you know, decent year and keeps getting the upgrades that he's been getting, he might max himself out. So we're on to his final year, and I thank Oregon for putting on the cupcake non-conference opponents, because a 5-touchdown game for him and his elite dev, that's going to help him out. How about 34-7 against Utah State? Again, cupcake opponents, and keep letting them pad up the stats, pad up the upgrades. Oregon State, 42 points on the board. And with Alexis being an 86, like, he is finally now at a point where, you know, in his final year, he is a competent starter. Like, an 86 overall quarterback starting at Oregon does not seem out of place. It's a little bit like lower than some quarterbacks that you've seen Oregon have, but like 86 is not out of place. Northwestern 44-0. It is just steam rolling for this Oregon team. And now they are running into that tough opponent in that Big Ten schedule. There is always going to be a few of them. And this one is USC, number 9 in the country, 4-0 versus 4-0. Oregon sitting here at number 5, as it's Julian Lewis at the quarterback for USC. And he is looking like Caleb Williams right now, wearing that number 13, slinging the football up and down the field as a touchdown for USC. Is going to give them a lead here. And Alexis, he's going to go through his entire career still with a noodle arm. And now I think he's upgraded from, like, January Tua. He's upgraded to, like, Broncos Peyton Manning in his final year. He's upgraded to, like, you know, Broncos versus Panthers Super Bowl Peyton Manning when it comes to arm strength. I think that's kind of where he's at right now. So Lewis throws to the outside as he's got a completion for a first down. 6 minutes to play as USC throwing over the middle, and he's going to have it completed for a 9-yard gain. 3rd down and 1, but it's a long 1 yard. Lewis on the keeper. He's going to break a tackle, but not 2. He's a yard shy, and they punt it. And they're going to throw a rollout pass. I mean, you can do rollouts now with him. I mean, he's got the 80 speed. He's actually fast enough to get away from some defensive linemen. So Alexis, he's going to break out of some sort of sack and then get sacked by somebody else. So USC takes it back as, man, it just feels like every time we get into these big games, Alexis just just cannot do it. Like, he's so not clutch. He's so not good. But speaking of somebody who is good, Julian Lewis, 42-yard scramble for the touchdown. USC up by 2 scores. And it's the difference between these two quarterbacks. No matter how good of an overall Alexis gets, I don't know if he can get the job done. Maybe he's got to prove us wrong here, though. In his final season, 4th down, it's incomplete. And Oregon, even though they got the football back and drove down the field, there's 2 seconds to go, and they're down by 14. So it's not going to happen, and Oregon's going to lose this game. But Alexis is going to break out of a sack and scramble for a touchdown. So good on him to at least cut it down to a 1-score game. I don't know if there was any bettors out there that had the spread that might have been able to win some money there, but I would imagine Oregon probably was a little bit better than 7-point underdogs. So they do go and take care of business against Iowa. 4 touchdowns for Alexis. And against Washington, another game, take care of business. Like, they're able to win against the teams that they should beat, and they're able to do it pretty effectively. But you go and you take on a top 10 USC team, you take on a top 10 Michigan team, a top 10 Nebraska team. It hasn't gone their way. So they're sitting at number 6. Another win, 38-3 over Minnesota, and it feels like the conference schedule once again is kind of falling in place for us. Like, we've dodged a lot of these good teams. I mean, look what we faced. We're facing Rutgers, Minnesota. Like, we haven't ran into Michigan, Ohio State, all these top teams quite yet. Now we take on Wisconsin. This is another chance to try to beat a top 10 team. 21-13 to score. 8-1. You can't afford to lose this game. If you go 10-2, you can make the playoffs. This is a game where you can lose, but you're shooting for playoffs. You're shooting for conference championship, the first round bye. I think playoffs is still very possible if you lose this game, but please just get a win over this top 10 team. Be able to beat one of these premier top-of-the-line schools, and you have the 8-point lead. Your defense is getting stops. You're set up in good field position. Just put the points up on the board to seal the deal here. You got the time from the offensive line. Look at all the time. Literally all the time in the world. Finally finds an open man, and there you go. To the 29-yard line in field goal range. Quick pass to the outside. That's just a 2-yard loss, though. They didn't get a block there. 3rd down and 12. And Alexis running. At least he doesn't lose yards. He could set up the field goal. It will be a 2-score lead if you hit it. Kick is going to be good. And now maybe you can finally beat that top 10 team in your conference as Wisconsin stopped in the backfield. 4th down and 3. Last chance potentially for Wisconsin. They keep it going. You turned it over there. Probably was going to be game over unless Alexis threw some sort of pick 6. But they go bubble screen. Broken tackle. He's going to get the 1st down. And they're at the 40 now. Under 4 to play. Stepping up. Throwing it down the field. It's reeled in. And a gain of 21 as they send the blitz. They go down the middle. And Wisconsin to the 9. And do not put Alexis in a clutch situation, please. They'll throw over the middle to the 4. And there is just 2:50 to go. He's going to throw for the end zone. Got him, and touchdown. And I'm a little scared now. 2-point conversion. It is good. And Oregon, you turn it to them on offense as they'll go read option. Alexis is a little bit more of a run threat, and even though he's got the ball carrier vision, it wasn't good there. 3rd down and 9. Don't go 3 and out. Come on. It is he's throwing. He gets it completed, but it's short. No, come on. Defense, you got a big play in you. It's going to be caught. 41-yard line. Wisconsin right on the verge of tying it. And they get the completion. Now they're in field goal range. Under a minute to go. It's not going to happen again, is it? It's going to get sacked. 37-yard line, 3rd and 18. Come on, defense, can you be clutch? They're not getting pass rush. He's got time. He fires it down the field. It's caught. It's on the 10. 30 seconds to play. Play action. He checks it down, breaks a tackle, and he'll get to the 7 timeout use. That's their last one. 3rd and goal. They run the football. He wasn't expecting that. Touchdown. And Oregon. Oh my goodness, it's just, they cannot win against these top schools in their conference. Like, whenever there is a school that is in the top 10, it's just not happened. It's so bad. It's so bad. As they go to the next game, I mean, they take care of Indiana. That's cool. They're still number 9. You win this last game against Penn State, you're going to the playoffs, it looks like, because I don't think they're going to be able to make the conference championship. But still, like what I will say, the schedule played out really well for them. No Michigan, no Ohio State, no Nebraska. Like, you got the easy schedule. Like, for Big Ten standards, you had to play USC and Wisconsin. Those were your 2 tough games. You lost them both. But, I mean, it played out well to where you could still go and win 10 games if you take care of business here. Still find yourself in the playoffs. As, I mean, don't blow an 11-point lead with the football in scoring position with 6 minutes to play as Alexis has the first down completion. We jump to 3rd down, 5 minutes to play from the 9. Alexis, end zone, touchdown. And that is going to put him up by 3 scores, but 5 minutes to play, and it looks all over for Penn State as they get the football back to Oregon. One more touchdown completion, and a victory for Oregon. So back to the playoffs the Ducks go, and Alexis doing what he's been doing the last 2 years, taking care of business against the not great teams, and then, you know, stinking it up against the good ones. But yeah, conference championship. If you beat USC, you would have been in the conference championship. Unfortunately not. You do get the easiest of the first round opponents. You take on number 12 Boise State, and Alexis, credit to him, he did make the All-American second team in the Big Ten. So it's something. You know, he was, I guess, the second best quarterback in his conference. Maybe just statistically, maybe not talent-wise, but hey, you're sitting here in a second half of a game against Boise State in the playoffs. It's 7-3. Haven't been able to put on the points, and this is typical Alexis. You get into the playoffs, and hey, what do you look at that? We're not going to play well. We threw 5 touchdowns at Penn State, but that was a game that was against an unranked school. Now we're in the playoffs. We got 7 points on the board against Boise, and they're getting sacked. 2nd and 17 is going to set them up at the 48-yard line. They go underneath, completed. It's going to get the sack yardage back in. More 3rd down and 4. He's going to throw it. And he's going to go over the middle, completed, and at the 20-yard line. Can Alexis do literally anything to make me have an ounce of confidence in him that they can go and win a national championship with him right now as they're at the 9-yard line? He'll throw it underneath, wide open, touchdown. Defense just got to keep doing what they're doing. Only 3 points on the board for Boise, and can they protect this 11-point lead? I mean, you can't rely on the defense to succeed forever, and that's kind of been the story of this video so far, feels like. You know, there's been videos where we followed quarterbacks, and, like, they don't get the defense, and they don't get the great defensive performances, or they just don't have the support that they need. This one has been weirdly the opposite, where, like, he does have the support, he does have everything he needs, and it's just he's letting them down. Even when we did like the Alabama quarterback who was like the last rated QB in the nation, who never got to be good because he had low skill caps and everything. I mean, there were times where he came up a little bit clutch. Even he did something in the playoffs at times, or even he put some real points up on the board. And like there were times where the defense just let him down, and it was vice versa. But this has just been all on Alexis, just stinking it up in the big moments. I mean, Boise State puts it in the end zone here and gets the 2-point conversion, but still, like, 11 points on the board. That's not much. You don't need to do much to outscore them. You got 14, but you can't go 3 and out here again in another clutch situation. They go 3 and out. It's a clutch situation because you're turning things over to the 4th quarter where this team had momentum, and now they're just going to have it stolen away from them because of the Oregon defense with an interception. And even if the offense isn't going to stop the momentum, it's the defense that does, and the run game that puts them inside the 30-yard line. Play action. Alexis underneath. Got the completion, and he'll have a 3rd down and 2 from the 18. Run on the football. 1st down. And Oregon, if they can go up by 2 scores, I think it might be the game for them. I trust this defense fully, and the run game gets it done. Touchdown. As they turn it to the defense, who's going to throw to the outside. Boise, there's a big play for Boise. I am scared if Boise finds points on this drive, because every single time they've cut it down to a 1-score game against Alexis, and in a gotta-have-it situation where you can get a 1st down or 2, he just goes 3 and out every single time. So Boise's now in field goal range, and least just hold him to a field goal, and I can at least have some confidence as Boise on the screen. That's a first down. No, they call it 2nd and inches from the 20. Run it. He's not going to get there. 3rd down and 2. He lost yards as they're going to run it again. And Oregon's defense with the stop. And Boise for the field goal. All right, 21, and it's, I was going to say 21-14, but he missed the field goal. And how lucky can you be if you're Alexis in this situation? Because now you got no pressure. You don't have to hold on to a 1-score lead, and when there's no pressure on his shoulders, he can play okay as he's going to throw over the middle for another first down as we're running to 2.5 minutes to play. And they go to the outside, short of the line, but it's 3rd and 1. Another first down. They get it to 4th and inches, though. I thought the sneak had it, but they are just going to kick the field goal. All right, 24-11. I thought he had that first down the sneak. It would have been over, basically, but Boise still has a faint chance to get a touchdown, an onside kick, but they'll throw to the outside. Intercepted again. And what a defense Oregon has. I mean, I put them in an impossible situation in this video. I mean, I gave them this guy at quarterback, so hey, good on the Oregon staff and organization and program to go and get themselves a defense. But now you're running into a premier opponent. I mean, the playoff victories for Oregon, I mean, not to dismiss them, but the teams that they've played in the playoffs, they're 4-1 in the playoffs right now. They've played Arkansas State, Boise State, Pitt, SMU. Not to discredit those programs, but they're not exactly Notre Dame, Ohio State, Miami, Georgia, Alabama. They're not exactly those schools. And they're facing one of those schools now. Notre Dame, number 4 in the country. Alexa, can you finally shake off the very obvious narrative of you not being able to beat an elite team? As he'll throw down by 6. 6 minutes to play in the 3rd. And a 3-and-out because of a sack. He is a professional sack taker. I mean, he is just an incredible sack taker. As that pass outside for Notre Dame is going to be a stop for the Oregon defense. 3-and-out. I mean, for this defense, holding Notre Dame right now to 20 points, considering your offense is dang sure going 3-and-out like half the drives, it seems like, as they set up the screen. And look at the blocking and the run through a defender for the running back. I mean, that was a good play. Now just keep it on the ground. You might have a chance if you just run the football like that for 10 yards at a time, as they are going to run it this time. But when you sell out on the run, force Alexis to throw it. They lose yards. 3rd and 12. He's got to throw, and it's not going to be even close. And they're not going to try a 57-yard field goal. Kicking's been pretty shaky. That's been the only thing this video for Alexis that hasn't been to his benefit, is kicking's been shaky for him. But if your only thing that isn't in your favor is just you have some shaky kicking, you still should get the job done. And there's no excuses for Alexis. He's got the team, and he's missing passes. 3rd down and 7. Will it be another 3-and-out? He's throwing it deep. 1-on-1 coverage, incomplete. 4th down, and they punt it again. As Notre Dame is going to get sacked. It's just turned into a defensive battle, and I kind of expected that, but you got to get one big play on offense in Notre Dame. They're going to go 3-and-out, just trading 3-and-outs. Alexis, and he's not going to get away. Sacked for a 3rd time. 3rd and 17. Oh, Mr. Check It Down. That's fun. I mean, he even just plays like a backup, frustrating, passive quarterback. He plays like Kirk Cousins. Like, it's so bad. And it's not even like a disrespect on Kirk Cousins, but I mean, when it comes to just being a passive whatever, just not really all that athletic or arm talent or aggressiveness, it's just the most bland style of play and pray that everything works out. But he don't got Justin Jefferson. He don't got all these players to bail him out. He don't got, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, and all these other guys. You don't got Jordan Addison. You don't got TJ Hawkinson. You don't got on the Falcons, Drake London, Bijan. You don't got all these guys. You got college players, and your defense is great, but you got to do something yourself. You got to help the team out. 3rd down and inches. You're down by 2 scores now. It's 14-23. He's throwing it deep again. Who do you think you go? Well, maybe that was a little Justin Jefferson-like. Caught it in double coverage. 3 minutes to go in the game as he's going to finally wake up. Notice how he wakes up when it's down by multiple scores. Like, this is so weird. Whenever it's a 1-score game, I swear his overall's cut in half. But hey, second it gets to a 2-score game, he wakes up, he starts playing a little bit better. He'll cut this to a 1-score game, and then he'll probably choke it as there's 2 minutes to go. Gets it inside the 5. And now 3rd down and 3 from the 4-yard line. He throws it for a touchdown, but it might be too little too late because the defense needs to get a stop. Running the football. Notre Dame is going to get 9. That's the worst outcome. It would have been better if they just got the first on that first play. You get a stop, though. 3rd down and 3. You lost the yards there, but now Notre Dame throwing for the first down. And they are out of timeouts. And, I mean, you can only ask your defense to do so much. And I know the defense in certain situations didn't get the key stops, but, like, they gave them so many chances throughout these years that it's just, I can't even do anything but feel bad for the defense at times. I mean, literally every single time, he just kept, like, stinking when it was a 1-score game, and then he wakes up when it's a 2-score game, or when he's up by 1 score and has to put the game away, he stinks. But then when he's up by 2 scores, hey, he's okay. I mean, look at the season he had. You would not think he's that bad. 42 touchdowns to 2 picks, 65 completion percentage. That is objectively a really good statistical season. But hey, Kirk Cousins put up some nice statistical seasons too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm disrespecting Kirk Cousins by calling him Kirk. I mean, he's an 88 overall. He did have some 5-touchdown games, 470-yarder against Oregon State. He threw, like, he made All-American. It's just, man, this dude is just the least clutch quarterback I have ever seen in my life. This is, yeah, career stats for him. We'll take a peek at the career stats. We'll see if he gets drafted. He's, like, right on the fringe. 88 overall is, like, right on the fringe of when you see quarterbacks get drafted. I will say, though, overall, the results did surprise me. I don't know what I was expecting going into this. You know, when we auto-generate a quarterback, basically, with random statistics, and he goes out there as a 17 overall. I wouldn't have guessed that he'd go all the way up to an 88. I didn't think he'd ever be all that good. But the elite development really puts in work, and maybe this is opening up the avenue for us to try this another time with, like, Star Dev or Impact or Normal, different position, different team, different spots. But Alexis, these are his final stats, and when it came to the final, you know, result, he was a 7th round pick. Some NFL team selected this dude. And he probably goes down as the weakest arm QB to ever get drafted. But I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you want to see something like this again, you can let me know. I can maybe do it running back, receiver. Like I said, different situations, different outcomes, different generated ratings, all that other stuff. So like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed and you want to see more like this. Helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.